Secret formula. Last week, we had a big discussion on my introduction to entrepreneurship class. As I reviewed students' proposals, I found that all of them were focusing on software products and most were mobile apps. So I gave a lecture about another secret formula I told them a few weeks ago. I shared with you about the secret formula, but that's not the only one because there is another secret formula. Do you want to learn? The whole class laughed out loud as they thought I was joking. Most of my students were familiar with the secret formula one, showed the problem that a lot of people need and give them the reasons to pay a lot of money for it. So they all laughed and asked, is there another secret formula? I told them, yes, they are secret formula too, and we will learn it today. A student said, how many secret formula are there? Is it real? I say, of course. And this formula were also invented by Bill Gates and perfected by Steve Jobs. The whole class laughed, but they seemed very interested. I explained for many years the software product was the focus of many startups. Students hope to build a product that can disrupt the markets and make a lot of money. However, if you look closely into the most successful companies today, such as Google, Amazon, Uber, Airbnb, they do not focus on developing products because they know something that many people do not know. That's another secret formula we will learn today. The whole class seemed excited. I explained in this competitive market, the product is no longer the key factor but the platform. The ability to use a platform to capture the market is the secret formula too. A platform should be open to allow others to build their products on it. And the more people use it, the more customers you will have. Having more customers means you can control the market and eliminate other competitors. And that's the secret formula too. That many successful technology companies are using today. This formula was invented by Bill Gates and many years ago when he created MS-DOS and Windows operating system as an open platform system where other software companies could build their products on it. The more products built on the top of Windows, the more customers have to buy Windows. And it made Microsoft become the most powerful software company. Of course, Bill Gates became the richest people on earth. The success of Microsoft is based on the secret formula, and that's how it destroyed Apple at that time. Although very successful in the beginning, Apple's computer was a closed system with its own operating system and its own hardware, software. Since no one can write software or build hardware for Apple, the company only had limited number of applications. Over time, Microsoft and the PC industry with thousands of applications eventually captured the market and destroyed Apple's. The person really understand Microsoft's secret formula was Steve Jobs. A few years earlier, he was fired by people that he judged. Staying at home, he saw his beloved company were pushed to the brink of bankruptcy because of this secret formula. When Steve Jobs was invited back to rescue Apple, he immediately focused on developing open platforms where authors can build and post their products in them. He knew that he could not compete with Microsoft on a personal computer, so he took this secret formula to another domain: the MP3, iPods, and the iPhones. The results were the iPhone's App Store and iTunes for software, apps, and music. By allowing apps developers to build their products on Apple iPhones and music companies to sell their music via iTunes, Apple has many users and customers, of course. If they want their mobile apps and music, they must buy Apple's iPhones and iPods. Today, there are over 2 million mobile apps in iPhone App Store and over 20 million songs in iTunes. However, Steve Jobs maintained control the hardware of the iPhones to compete with Nokia, Samsung, Motorola, Sony, Ericsson, because the iPhone has a lot of mobile apps and music that people want. More people were buying Apples. Over time, Apple were able to capture the markets and Detroit, Nokia, Motorola, Sony, Ericsson by understanding the power of platform over the product. Apple set a new rule and dominates the markets until today. As an entrepreneur, you can focus on building software products, but if you can think strategically about what should you do to become more successful, you must learn the secret to platform as the key factor. From Master Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, the whole class laughed out loud and may clap their hands because they have learned another secret formula that they can use.